And this is a team that stands out on and off the court with their style. A shot from earlier as they made their way to the locker room. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. On Monday, then on Monday. So with Jordan on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. Rip Hamilton out there with Davis. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then it's Lucas, and it's Carter in at the 3 slot. Thomas is out there with Moncrief. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Hagan in at the 3 spot. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Davis against Thomas. Pass to Hagan. Over Davis. And he can't bank that one in. Here's Hamilton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
First points of the night, and you know this is going to be a battle of matchups.
What's going to be fascinating to watch is which matchups are they willing to go exploit.
Thomas. Yes, and a nice assist from Chamberlain.
And though Thomas is great from the perimeter, he has a toughness and a willingness to go in amongst the trees and kind of mix it up.
Now here is Carter from outside the arc. Hits it from 3-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. Chatted with Brian Keefe, and I asked him, how do you contend with the size and skill of Victor Wembanyama? He said, every night we see this guy do something no one has ever seen before. It's kind of like dealing with the unknown. A whole new kind of player needs new schemes. So we'll see some inventiveness out there on the defensive side tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Now Chamberlain. Davis missing from long range. Inside. Issel passes to Hagan. One-on-one fast break. And Hamilton gets it to go on the assist by Carter. Hamilton's got his second bucket.
He's a skilled and willing passer. Vince gets to his teammates on time and on target.
Moncrief against Hamilton. Moncrief's shot is off. Gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Lucas. Trying to get open is Carter. And Lucas slams it in.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Thomas, no good. Gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And stolen by Chamberlain. Davis against Thomas. Here's Issel. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist.
Yeah, such a smooth stroke for a big man. Issel's no slouch in that low post either, but his outside game raises him to a whole nother level.
Now here is Davis. Wembanyama outside. From past the arc. Issel grabs the board. Gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Here is Davis, following the basket made by Wilt Chamberlain. Lucas kicks to Davis. Wembanyama, a screen on Thomas. And here's Davis for 3. They get it back. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Yeah, you have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season.
Yeah, number 1 in the league in terms of points per game a season ago. They play as a team, just really unselfish in terms of their brand of basketball.
Here's Hagan, defended by Carter. Pass to Issel. Outside for Thomas. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Lucas slams it in.
Oh, how about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
Now Moncrief. Pass to Hagan. And it's off from 3-point range. Gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. The steal. With the drive. And that one is hammered home.
And just an excellent slasher. Moncrief with the great burst and body control. And, of course, one of the stronger guards in the league.
Lucas a screen on Thomas. It's Davis with the drive. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Issel. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. To the middle. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Moncrief. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Now here is Davis. No scoring in this one. Lucas. Issel grabs the board. Out to Moncrief. Off target from outside. Gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Carter with it. And then Carter with the jam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
Pass to Hagan. There's the screen. No good on the triple.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And here is Thomas. Vince Carter getting it to go from deep. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
And now a look at Victor Wembanyama here.
He's coming off an excellent season. 4th in rebounding and he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
Clearly one of the best at what he does. Some of his highlight rejections were out of sight. And so here's the home team. They trail by 3. Pass to Hagan. Lets it go from deep. Bangs home the trifecta.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
Now here's Davis. Scoreless thus far. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Here's Moncrief. Here's Chamberlain, and it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
And I'll tell you, the combination of agility, wingspan, and stamina, very difficult to keep Wilt from scoring off those misses. Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Now, here is Chamberlain. Hayward can't hit.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
No good from Hamilton. Doing well right out of the gates here at around 50%. And that one's good by Chamberlain.
And guys, the thing about Wilt, he says he runs the 40 in 4.4. That's elite wide receiver speed. But don't forget, the guy's 7 feet tall and close to 300 pounds.
Here's Wembanyama. Shoots over Chamberlain, and the shot goes down. And that's now 6 points for Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has gone 3 for 4 here from the field. Pass to Hayward. 3-pointer. Maxey grabs the miss. Gone 2 of 5 from 3-point land here in the first quarter. Hamilton outside. Back to Maxey. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Wilt, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Wembanyama. 6 points for him. It's Lucas high post. Shot clock at 6. Here's Maxey. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Hayward with the ball. Now Hamilton defending. Goes up on the wing. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Lucas slams it in.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. So both teams making some changes here. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And just a soft-spoken guy. Lucas really lets his production do the talking, whether it be shooting, passing, or rebounding. The guy is the complete package.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Now, here's Maxey. He has yet to score. Poke loose. Hardaway with the steal. Driving inside. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Here's Maxey. And he makes good on the layup.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Putting it officially from the get-go, they're at 52% from the field. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Now, Bane. Tim Hardaway missing on the 3. Outside, Jordan. A three-pointer off the mark. Smith with it. Now defended by Bane. Nice shot by Smith.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Bane against Smith. Left side, Bane. Hayward grabs the board.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Here's Bane. No good with the layup. Here's Hardaway. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Outside, Maxey. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Up by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
So with Davis sitting on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. They've got Darius Garland. He's out there with Desmond Bane. Jerome Kersey out there with Jordan. And it's Love in at the 4. I think he's been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Now here's Bowes to the inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Jordan with a screen on Bowes. Garland the pass to Love. And Love throws it down.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Here's Hagan, and the 3 ball is good. Hagan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Pass to Kersey. And a wide open look for Jordan. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Boozer a screen on Kersey. Here's Hagan, and he goes in for the dunk.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Harlan finds Love, and Love throws it down.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Bogues against Garland. Boozer a screen on Kersey. A nice shot by Hagan.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Basket counts.
And the strength of Bane helps him on the bounce.
Gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Garland against Bogues, and it's blocked by Jordan. Stolen. Bogues against Love. From the baseline. And Bane pulls it down.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Garland with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
To the paint. It's intercepted. Over to the left wing. Jordan outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Throw good, Bane. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
And Bane drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Pass to Hagan. Down low, Chamberlain. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
And that's just too easy. The size, strength, length. No way to stop Chamberlain once he gets the ball in that close.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Hamilton's checked in for Bane. With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Fourth, Victor Wembanyama.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
With the crossover, Wembanyama with the aggressive finish.
So fluid off the bounce. Wembanyama.
Gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Here's Moncrief. 8 points for him. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the
yep.
flushing of the toilet right there.
Like a fierce two-hander. Carter looking around. This one for three. And it's Moncrief with the rebound. Moncrief's got his fourth rebound in this one. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Outside Garland. Wembanyama sets a screen for Garland. Lays it up off the glass. Garland's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, how about the nimbleness to overcome the defense inside. Darius Garland makes his opportunities.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
He's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Now here is Carter. He's got 5. Off target with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Let's go. And Moncrief gets it to go. Moncrief's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Wembanyama, a screen on Thomas. Garland with the bucket. Garland's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Chamberlain a screen. Here's Thomas. Softly drops in the floater. Thomas got his 2nd basket.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Love outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Garland's got his 3rd assist on the night. Garland against Thomas. Pass to Hagan. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And it's stolen by Moncrief. Over Carter. Moncrief's shot is off.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Both teams deciding to change it up. Gone 1 of 6 from 3-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Now here is Hamilton. The 3 from Davis. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Second chance shot. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
You want to talk about a perfect performance? He hasn't missed a shot all night. Incredible.
Hamilton outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Wembanyama! A big man with big range.
Yeah, that's 2 straight
3-pointers they've allowed.
Thomas passes to Issel. Launches a three. The three-pointer is right on target. Issel's got 8 points.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Zubac is checked in for Chamberlain. Davis, that's for 2. That's not going to do it either. He's 0 for 5. Here's the 3. Moncrief's shot is off. Wembanyama with it. Zubac defending, and Lucas slams it in.
Making plays for others, Wembanyama.
Gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
A sweet 57% clip in quarter number 2. Bumped on the way up, but hits it, and they call the blocking foul.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. Marcus Camby, he's checked in for Wembanyama. That's good from Moncrief. At 52% from the field. They're clicking. Pass to Camby. Davis setting the pick for Camby. Floats it up for Davis. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Looking now at some numbers for Zubac. He had a strong showing last season, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And you pointed out his ranking as the second best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could become number 1 this time around. Here is Lucas. He's got 12. 6 to shoot. Here's Hamilton. Off target from three-point range. And so far, very efficient all around, about 55%.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Pass to Lucas. Driving in, and Lucas slams it in.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. We've got 1:28 left in the first half. Thomas dishes to Hayward. Pass to Issel. Takes the 3. Hamilton pulls it in. Hamilton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Lucas, and Lucas slams it in.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Thomas against Davis. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Davis. There's the drive. That's good. A tough shooting night. He's 2 for 8 and looking for more.
And Davis is fantastic at cutting into the lane. Such a confident offensive player.
Camby with the block. Lucas against Thomas. Pass to Davis. And Thomas pulls it down.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Davis looking for an opening. And he converts the layup. Davis has got his third basket of the night right there.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
And that does it for the first half of play. They're up by 6. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard. Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So, Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you to rank our handles.
Okay, obviously, first is me. Second, I'll get that to you, Ernie. Third, I'll go with our IT guy. He really surprised me. Then you, Shaq.
There's no way I'm after Ernie.
Shaq, if you want to be better, you can be.
And turning our attention to the first half, a positive start for the home team.
Their effort on the offensive glass has set a strong message. They're not going to be pushed around, and they're going to battle and outwork you.
Like I outwork you every day, Kenny. I'm just saying.
I outwork both of you, and it ain't even close. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Sidney Moncrief having a dominant impact in this game.
Oof. That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
This guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
So far, very efficient all around, about 55%. We've got Moncrief. Also Thomas out there, and it's Issel in at the power forward position. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with. Into the lane, and he dunks it down.
And of all the attributes, one thing that sometimes gets overlooked with Chamberlain is the court vision. Makes a great read there.
And here is Davis. Chamberlain with the block. Another shot.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Here's Issel. Here he goes.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Carter outside. Floats it up for Wembanyama up in the rafters.
You know, the perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
Being 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Lays it in off the breakaway. Davis has got 8. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Thomas passes to Issel. Here's Hagan, defended by Carter. Pass to Chamberlain. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Carter outside. Lets it go. Here's Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby. With the matchup issues he creates, I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Back to Thomas. To the wing right side. And stolen by Lucas. Here's the break. Teardrop shot. He takes it up and lays it in. 18 points for him.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Pass to Hagan. Looking for Chamberlain. He gets it there. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Davis, that's for 2. Lucas with it. And stolen by Chamberlain. Jumps up. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
And one of the most prolific scorers you'll find. Will keeps finding ways to raise the bar, as evidenced by his output here tonight.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Tim Hardaway is checked in for Isaiah Thomas. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Victor Wembanyama, number 1.
It happened so often. I'd say to myself, there's no way he can get to that shot, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and it go down as another block.
Hamilton, the pass to Wembanyama. Carter kicks to Hamilton. Wembanyama against Chamberlain. From downtown, Wembanyama, no good. Gotten 4 of the first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Puts up a 3. A nice shot by Hagan. Hagan's got 16.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
It's good from long range.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire, a little bit of pride at stake.
Hardaway up top. He's guarded by Davis. A shot by Issel, no good. Gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Wembanyama passes to Love from the arc. Rebounded by Hardaway.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And good that time. Chamberlain got 6 points in the quarter.
But here's the problem. No one's got the strength to move Wilt off his spot, and no one has the height to challenge the shot at its point of release. He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And stolen by Wembanyama. And here's the fast break. Love leading the way. And the dunk by Love.
Huge advantage for Wembanyama to see over everybody.
Gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Moncrief against Hamilton. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Wembanyama sets a screen for Carter. Fires the 3. Issel grabs the board. Issel's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Driving to the basket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. So both teams changing it up here. Gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. And here's Garland for three. Boozer with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that three. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his looks.
Out to the right wing. Here's Hagan, covered by Kersey. Hagan passes to Chamberlain. 5 on the clock. Here's Hardaway. A three ball. Love grabs the board. Boozer against Jordan. And Jordan slams it home.
Wow, looks like 2017 when DeAndre came home with the dunk contest trophy. Makes it look easy there.
Chamberlain with a screen on Kersey. And there's the drive. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Jordan and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, we've seen that a time or two for Mr. DeAndre Jordan. Nice, easy finish with that dunk.
Hardaway against Garland. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got his third bucket of the night.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Garland against Boozer. Garland, no good. Gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Hardaway. He takes it in. The basket good off the assist from Chamberlain. Hardaway has got 4 points this quarter. In the second half so far, about 45%. Outside Garland. Rebounded by Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Boozer. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. And here's Garland for 3. Another miss by Garland. It has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond Green, says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they could put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
You got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA, thanks.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Garland, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Outside Garland. Jordan sets the pick for Garland. To halt the run. Another miss by Garland.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Out left to the wing. Here's Kersey. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Garland's got 5 assists in the game. Chamberlain with a screen on Garland. Out to the wing. Here's Hagan. No good with the triple. Hitting straight 49% from the field. And Garland has it in the corner. Misses the 3.
He's missed everything he's taken in this quarter, and it's making it very difficult for them to come back.
Boozer can't get it to go. 37% so far in the third quarter, and they're not satisfied with this lack of offensive execution. And he gets it to go.
It is not easy trying to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. His combination of length and determination, so impressive.
And he drives in, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Garland left side. From deep. Good on the triple. Garland's got 9 points.
And he's having a difficult quarter shooting the ball with just 1 make and 9 attempts.
Boozer a screen on Garland. To the inside. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Love with the screen on Hardaway. Garland with it. Chamberlain picks him up. Garland, no good.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Here's Chamberlain. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the free throw, no good. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. They lead by 18. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. A smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. So with Love on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. Lucas is out there with Thompson. And there's Davis. And it's Camby. And it's Cooper in a 2-guard.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Well, you can see how dialed in Gordon Hayward can be. When he's on his game, the vision is exceptional.
Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Now Davis. Pass to Cooper. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Cooper's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Davis against Bogues. Outside, Porzingis. Now Moncrief. Back to Porzingis. And stolen by Wembanyama. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Pull-up jumper. Davis. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. Bogues with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Porzingis can't hit. Gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Lucas. Cranes the three-pointer. Lucas has got 21.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Moncrief against Cooper. Moncrief's shot is off. Gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Lucas. The shot from the low post is good. Lucas has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Moncrief, El Cid with it. Latrey knocks down the 3-ball. Moncrief's got 34 points.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Carter outside. Drives to the hoop.
And this is why he's called Vinsanity. Some of Carter's throwdowns are downright vicious.
Here's Moncrief. That's good on the jump shot. He's got 36.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Lucas a screen on Bogues. And here's Davis for 3. Porzingis with the rebound.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Tries again, and Wembanyama with the layup. Wembanyama's got 19 points.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Releases. And finished off by Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, you love the physicality by Porzingis. Mix it up off the backboards, KP.
Pass to Carter. Three-pointer. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 4 assists in the game.
Building confidence in that deep ball. 1 from distance in the first, 2 in the second.
Here's Bogues. And it's sent back by Carter. And Lucas slams it in.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Now here is Moncrief. Takes it in. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. And how about that instant response? Don't try to throw down on his team. It just gets them fired up.
And that's the result. They launch an assault on the basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Cooper against Moncrief. Out to Hayward. No good from outside.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Got more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12.
And, Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
You know, but at this level, almost any guy can throw it down on you if you leave him wide open.
Carter for 3. They get it again. Wembanyama gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Issel. Pass to Hayward. Here's Issel. Jacks up a three. Here's Chamberlain. Count that one. Chamberlain got 28 points for the game.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
And here's Davis for three. A rebound by Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Hayward can't hit.
And he's missed every single shot he's attempted today, but somehow they're still in the lead. And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. In the NBA, helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
And that one misses. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands. I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot, keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
On the free throw, no good.
And Hamilton just constantly working his tail off, excels shooting it from mid-range, just always on the move, constantly working off screen.
Gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Carter inside the three-point line. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
No way, says Wembanyama. Not on my block.
A three, and he's good on the three ball. Lucas has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
Goes back up. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And here's Davis for three. And it's Moncrief with the rebound. Moncrief's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And it falls over the rim and in. Chamberlain got 33 points.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Here is Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Pass to Moncrief. Chamberlain with it. His three-pointers off the mark. Wembanyama against Chamberlain. Wembanyama, no good. He has been just great in the fourth quarter, 54%. Here's Issel, defended by Wembanyama. First shot by Issel, no good. Well, 50% from the floor. The three from Davis. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got 15 rebounds here tonight.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Releases. Hagan can't hit. They have a very long way to go to get within sight of the lead.
And from what we've seen so far, guys, don't hold your breath.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Davis against Hardaway. Pass to Whistle for 3. Rebound, Davis. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's Carter. Driving the lane, and then Carter with the jam.
And you know Carter is taking off on the drive. When he has a head of steam like that, he's looking to tear off the rim.
Here's Issel, defended by Lucas. Issel passes to Moncrief. Inside, shot clock at 5. Here's Lucas. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Wembanyama has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Now Hardaway. Pass to Whistle. They need this one. They get it back.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
To the middle, lets it fly. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And here's Davis for 3. Cans it from downtown.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
So far, very efficient all around, about 55%. Pass to Hagan. Launches it. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save him tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Here's Issel. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the...
All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll do it for the